Hey, what's going on? Justice7 here, back at it. Let's dive right into the short form videos with AI generator. All right. We're going to keep this one straight and to the point because I'm just going to get you what you need. All right. So, really, when it comes to this, like, what is it? And just kind of my top suggestions. So, we now have our 30-minute video. We now want to go ahead and basically start pumping out short form content, but not just that. We want to go and actually, a big part of this is really, you're going to see how we take that short form content and turn that into a lot more content for ourselves and not just video content, written content, right? When I'm speaking about short form content, I'm really speaking about short form videos with this here, as you can see with the short form videos to be specific. But with those videos, you're gonna see how we can actually take those and turn them into a lot more piece of content. So really, let's go ahead and jump right in. So my top suggestions, I'm really a big fan of Opus. I think it's one of the best ones to start with. Best to start with in my opinion, most affordable, and like it actually does a good job. I'll show you mine so you can kind of get a glimpse here too, because really for us, it's still a part of our process. So like I said, it's not just the fact that it's most affordable, but I think it's actually high quality. So really good on that end. The next one here, Submagic, and I've got links here so you can go ahead and, like I said, make it super simple to come in, grab whichever one, take a peek, whatever works best for you. These are just my top recommendations. Submagic, so that's another one. It's more expensive. I say technically it's better than Opus. You'll see kind of what I do basically. So really, it's more expensive, very impressive, high quality short form content. What I just kind of done is my team has gotten used to combining Opus and the Captions app, so we don't go this route. Like I said, if I didn't have like an Opus flow dialed in first, and we kind of merge that with another app called Captions, I'd probably go the Submagic route if I was starting. Not if I was starting off, but I guess technically. But you live and you learn. But regardless, that's kind of my take on Submagic's really good. That's just kind of why I don't use it at the moment right now. So then we also have Descript. So really, that's kind of like middle tier in price. Now the benefit is that it's also a phenomenal video editing software. So I really like Descript for editing videos, YouTube videos. Once again, especially because the videos that I do are super simple. I don't need an editor. I can just go ahead and like it. There's some AI features that are really great for that. But it also does have the capability to create short form content out of your 30-minute video. So if you are making your 30-minute videos and you're editing them inside of Descript, you could easily go ahead now and turn those into short form content just with that alone. So it's kind of like you're always getting a 2-for-1 with this one here. Like I said, it's not my favorite one when it comes to turning into short form content, but it does the job. And honestly, it's a great software too. So I do also use Descript, just not for that. But those are really the main three. So like I said, I would definitely test those out. With this, you also want to utilize, and I'm going to go ahead and show you. I got Opus up here. I'm going to show you that in a second so you can kind of see how I use it, and just how simple this can really be. But out of the gates, you want to go ahead and you also utilize and save the transcripts, right? This is a critical part that we can take this and plug into the bestseller client legend ChatGPT prompts that I gave you earlier, and we had that talked about that in another video. But specifically, the repurposing, right? Inside of here, I have the repurposing prompts. This is where this can start to really turn to gold for this, right? And so that's where, once again, here you can take this and start pumping out massive amounts of content, really, and have it sound way more in your own tone and brand voice with these types of posts that in some cases are just kind of instantly ready to publish. Like this is where when we think about just typical ChatGPT content, it sounds so robotic and people can just tell. And so if you have it where now you can really pump it with stuff that is actually coming from your voice, it's going to be so much more dialed in, right? And there's other pieces we can do to kind of help this as well too, but that's a big one. So next video we'll kind of dive into this that much more, but that's a really big one. I really start to kick in there that much more here, right? Because really, like I said, that really acts as the way to supercharge how we can repurpose content with these, which is the next video that we'll be diving into. So I just want to kind of hit that in the head really quick. And then further editing, I tried to avoid this step when starting out. Honestly, like I said, we use the Captions app just to kind of help out and spice things up. You can use CapCut, these things. Like I said, I put here, I'd avoid this to start because it's really unnecessary. Like just focus on going through the process and you can optimize down the line. Keep this simple, keep it frictionless. I'm putting this here because I know that some people might have a question later on. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and drop this here. But truly, do not worry about that to start, honestly, here. That's what I'd say on that one. And then really just to even show you it again. So this is like kind of how it looks. So if you go in, this is my Opus account. So for this here, if you want to, for one, upload a video, it's super simple. You come in here, you got it saved, right? Then you go ahead and easily, look, maybe I got this video here. I can go ahead, open it, boom, and literally 10 minutes later, it'll give you it'll give you it'll give you this basically, right? So we can look at this, one of the latest ones I did. So boom, let me get out of here. So you can see I had a 30-minute video and boom, this can be 25 clips. 25 clips here, right? And I go through and I choose the best ones. I typically get about 67, like 2/3 of them are really good in my eyes. So once again, we're getting really quality stuff. But regardless, you can look, let me just look at this one here. We can see this, and look, you can now take the transcript. Let's get another one here too, a little longer one. So this one, I've got a transcript now that I can take and now start to drop this in ChatGPT alongside what we have here with these prompts. Get super powerful when you start to do this here, right? So like I said, I just want to show you for a second, but we're going to really dive deeper into that in the next video. But this is just starting to get into you're starting to get into the power of what really this 30-minute system can do for you. So like I said, I'm going to leave this one here. Go ahead and take this step. Hopefully you're following along with this live. If not, you really should honestly, let's start implementing. I'd maybe pause, go make a 30-minute video so you can do this and really start feeling the benefits instead of just kind of seeing the potential. But that's the end of this video here. I'll see you in the next one.